So, Jazz Cast, um, I apologize. I'm extremely late. It's been a crazy week. And I, didn't really get a chance to do the post game at the time that I wanted to. Um, I ask that you forgive any background noise. I'm not in the best spot right now, but I think I'll be okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and try to get this one out quick, not make it too long. Just trying to follow and make sure I keep getting my videos out each week, for this season. Um yeah, with the post game from the Vikings game, I just want to say that it was a tough loss, but overall the loss just felt different. It didn't I don't know, man, it just didn't sting like the other ones, that we been having the experience lately. This one just felt a little different. Now, I mean, that could be the obvious, that it was just a different quarterback in there. And like I said, I was really excited to see Mac, still excited to see him again. Um, it was just a change of pace from Trevor, just it's man, I didn't mind seeing it. I wanted to win. I hate that Mac ended up losing the game pretty much the same way Trevor does. Um, so in a sense, that sucked. That almost partly felt like Trevor was still out there, just the way we lost it. But overall, I mean, if we can give Trevor 100,000 different excuses and passes, I can give Mac one, for that game. Everything wasn't his fault, same stuff we, be preaching about with Trevor. It wasn't his fault. But yeah, with Mac, I just feel like he need a little bit more time to get acclimated with receivers. If it's any little slight tendencies that they do, he needs to catch on to that. The receivers gotta catch on to Mac a little bit more, and just get a little bit more chemistry and camaraderie built, with that. And I just feel like that'll be a little bit better um in the future or whatever. But as far as that game, I honestly felt like, man, I felt like we played a good game, and I actually liked the energy of the team, how they responded around Mac. The defense played well for the most part. They only gave up 4 field goals. You really can't ask for more than that in an NFL game. If you give up 12 points in every game, I think I'd take that for the whole season. So I was excited about that. The only thing was, those drives were just way too long before we actually took the ball away from them. So, some of that was just time just being wasted. And the other thing is, we couldn't capitalize on the few opportunities we had to go ahead and put our foot on them, and that's something I'll be watching for in the future to see if Mac is any different, than Trevor in those situations at actually putting the team down and putting your foot on them and not letting them up, So, we'll see if Mac can be any better than, at that in the future. Um, that game was a few days ago, so I don't remember every single detail about it, but overall, I honestly feel like, man, that was just more of an NFL game. It came down to, that last drive. We threw that interception, and that pretty much ended it. Um Overall, I felt like the only probably downside to that game is I don't think we stayed quite patient enough with the run. Pretty much the same story I say in most weeks. I feel like the run needs to be established a little bit more. Even though I feel like honestly, I feel like with Matt, if you did want to call a pass heavy, game plan, I feel like he's more equipped for it, regardless of whether it's under the huddle, hurry up, whatever. I just feel like Matt, his IQ and just quarterbacking skills and going through his reads, I feel like he's honestly a little bit better equipped than Trevor, for that type of game plan if that's what they want to do. Me personally, I say either way, I feel like the run should be incorporated regardless, just to make us a more balanced team. And I just feel like it'll give us a better shot. Um, yeah, so as far as that Vikings post game, man, I'm just gonna be honest, man. I just feel like the Vikings kind of lucked up. They got lucky, They basically just hung around and we didn't finish them, and that was the pretty much the tail of that game. They kicked their field goals when they had their chances just to keep it competitive, and they were able to kick enough of them, and you know we didn't capitalize on our opportunities to just really put them down and put them away. And that's pretty much a wrap of that game. Um, Looking forward to this preview for the Lions here in a couple hours. Um, Same thing, man. I think we need to establish the run. Um, like I say, man, I'm just excited. And this probably gonna sound selfish or odd in a sense, but I'm just kind of excited. I don't have to see Trevor again. Just let's see Matt and and just get some observations of different things. And it's a little while now because even some places in the national media, you're starting to get this narrative and this story about should we move on from Trevor. And I think I watched, who was that? I want to say it was Shannon Sharp and them, and somebody else. I even seen it somewhere else too, but I don't know if it was Mike Golick or Greenberg or somebody. Um, yeah, just pretty much laying out, the obvious stuff that we dealing with as a fan base. Like I said, I just hate it. Mainly, I mean, I hate the fact that this dude is still struggling. I hate the fact that we paid him, which was so stupid. I'm talking about, man. I don't know who. Like I said, I don't know how many times I mentioned that as to whose decision it was to give Trevor this boatload of money, before he did anything. So I don't know if that's Shad Khan or Trent Baalke, but somebody deserve a square kick in their behind, just real talk. They're just dumb, But and it sucks because when you do stuff like that, man, you handicap the team. You almost force the team to keep him. Like, let's as bad as it is this year, let's just say it was 5 times worse. Let's say we hadn't won any games, and let's say Trevor got 20, 30 turnovers already and no touchdown. Like let's just say it was even worse than what it is right now. I mean, how would you feel about knowing you done paid them all this money and you have pretty much no choice or no chance of getting out of this contract or, finding your way out of it? And, that just sucks. Me personally, I'm hoping that, there is a way out of it. I'm hoping, man, a team will. I mean, I don't know exactly how that works. If we trade him to somebody, do we still owe him? But I mean, I'm really hoping we can, worst case scenario, I'm hoping we could just trade him to Carolina or somebody, and just, bite that bullet, man. And if we end up with a high draft pick, you got Shador and Cam Ward and Milner and whoever, I just feel like damn near anybody will be a good restart, or whatever. But it is what it is. If we got to keep Trevor, we got to keep him. And let's just hope for the best. I mean, we pretty much know what you're gonna consistently get, which is inconsistency. But I mean, like I said, that's here nor there right now. I guess let's just get focused back on the preview for this game. Um, I think honestly, as I mean, underdogs, and as favored as the Lions are in this game. I mean, really, we coming in there with nothing. I mean, damn near nothing to lose. I mean, I guess technically we do have something to lose. I guess technically if we lose, maybe we'll be closer to actually being eliminated from playoff contention. But I mean, I like coming in there with that underdog mentality of us against the world. Nobody thinks we can beat them. So I'm actually I'm actually liking coming in with that type of energy and that type of feeling. Just it is what it is. Let's just go play the game and let's play it out and see how it go. Um, I ain't gonna lie, man. Me personally, and it's crazy. That we actually had kind of like a little Ronald Darby sighting last week, but I mean that was hilarious. That even when we thought we had like when I thought Ronald Darby had finally showed me wrong and showed me that he could do something, it's crazy that his pick that he got, which didn't count because of the penalty, but also I'm glad it didn't count because he running the ball back and fumble the ball and lose it. I'm just like, man, what the hell, Ronald? Like you just can't do right, regardless. It just and start calling them can't get right. You just can't do right. Excuse me. But yeah, with that, I'm honestly I just feel like, man, we should give the young guys a chance, man. Just let Ronald sit and just kind of be like a coach on the sidelines or something. Like if we need him to put him in, then we can put him in. But I'd rather see somebody else, man. Prince or Buster Brown or Jerry Jones. I don't care who it is, man. I just rather see somebody else other than Ronald Darby out there. That's just my thing. But yeah, I mean, hopefully we can get some pass rush. The 40 boys, 4-4 and 4-1. Just keep doing y'all thing. Keep showing up. Regardless, and keep producing. Hopefully we can find, get some interior pass rush. Hopefully somebody in the inside can step up and kind of separate themselves and show that we do have something on the inside. Linebackers, just keep playing good, just keep doing y'all thing, get better and better. Offensively, me personally, like I say, I mean, I'm last week it was a breath of fresh air to see us actually score a touchdown early. Hopefully, like I say, man, with Mac, I feel like, man, we probably won't have to have all these damn slow starts every week. Maybe we can just get right out there and get busy. So that's what I'm hoping for this week in in this game. Hopefully Mac can keep that rolling, just come on out on fire, plenty of enthusiasm and, you know, do what we need to do and let us see what we need to see. This would be big, And like I said, I think this pretty much is the last make or break game, because like I said, we lose it. I don't know if we technically eliminated, but um, it'll put us damn near close. It'll make sure we have a losing season if we lose. But if we win, I mean, we'll push closer towards something, and we just kind of gotta. I mean, obviously, we need a lot of help, so let's hope for the win today. Take care of business, get a tough road win up there in Detroit. Let's push for that, and then tomorrow night we'll all be Cowboys fans, and root on them Cowboys and knock off the Texans, and then in a few weeks we'll see the Texans ourselves. But yeah, I guess let's just focus on this one for this week. Hopefully we can play some complimentary football like we did last week. That was a good sight to see, man. It was just good to see. And damn, it seemed like everybody was just, and I'm sure nobody has said this out of their mouth or confirmed it, but like they say, actions speak louder than words sometimes. So I ain't gonna lie, like last week, I mean, that even though we lost, man, that was probably the best loss of the season for me personally. Like just just seeing us compete and just seeing the team responding, it was almost like the team was happy they were playing the game without 16 back there. Like, and it was just it was kind of wild to see, but it was a welcome sight. So um, let's just hope for more of that. Let's hope for more good energy and good um positive vibes with the team, offense, helping the defense helping the offense. Let's keep that up. Either way, like I said, man, this is a good season. Even though we going through it, it's just a good season to get clarity. And that's what I feel like this whole season is gonna be about. If we make it to where we want to make it, or if we don't, we're gonna get some clarity one way or another as to how this thing needs to move forward. Um, and I hate, it sucks because, like I said, man, it almost seems like we're gonna be stuck, in a certain situation. But where there's a will, there's a way. So I'm not gonna say that 100%, but it looks daunting to try to get away from Mr. 275, and even if we keep him, it's daunting, and it's tough because it's like, damn, do we just have like a overpaid, you know, um failure, or it's just rough, so we'll see, we'll have to just keep monitoring that, keep monitoring the situation. Right now it's good because we get to sit him down and evaluate what we got in Mac, and we know what we got in CJ. He's a good solid, I mean, for me, man, a guy like CJ, man, he can stay on the team. I don't care if we got to hold three quarterbacks, man. Just solid veteran, ready whenever we need him. We can call him in, man, and he gonna give it his best, and 9 times out of 10, his best is gonna be at least sufficient, Now, if it's gonna be enough to win or get you over the hump, that's one thing. But when he gives his best, it's like at least like a default. It's like it gives you a at least a baseline, of knowing that you got a competent quarterback, and he'll go out there and give it his best, and I appreciate that. Um, yeah, and I mean, I don't want to make this one too long. I don't really have a whole lot more. Um, I'm hoping for the win. I know we got, like I say, man, I really hate that our fan base is so divided, and I feel like about 98% of it is the Trevor Lawrence stuff, but the other 2 or 3% that we divided on or unsure about, those are small things, one player here, a player there, maybe we should have did this or that, or small stuff. But the big overall divide is with 16, and that's pretty obvious, and I hate that, but it is what it is. And I'm hoping that matter of fact, I'm gonna just speak it because I know it's tons and tons of our fan base who literally speaking against Mac and want him to fail, and all to protect Trevor, and all this stuff, man. So I'm gonna speak it the other way, man. Like, man, Mac finna do his thing, man. And Mac gonna show the difference, in a competent quarterback, somebody, who we don't have to go out here and do retarded stuff every week, and we gotta watch this player with anxiety. So I'm gonna just give him a little props, man, and try to big him up a little bit, because I mean that sucks, man, to be the backup in your hometown, and when you get a shot, I mean through a natural way, they say Trevor's injured. I mean, I'm not in the medical room, but they say he's injured, so naturally it's next man up. And that's really messed up, man. When you get your number called to be the next man up, that half the fan base is literally rooting against you. All because they want to protect the dude in front of you who been sucking ass. I mean, who's 2-13 in his last 15 games. So, I mean, that sucks that he has to deal with that. But you know, on this channel, we not one of those people. We one of those ones. I don't give a damn if it's Trevor, Matt, CJ. Um, if we pick somebody up off the street and send them in there 1 week, no name, or if we got to play the kicker or the running back at quarter, I don't give a damn who we put back there. I care about the Jaguars, not the fucking Trevors or whatever, these fans want to call this team now. This is the Jaguars. It's been that way since the 90s, and it's going to be that way after Trevor. So that this is just the most craziest retarded stuff I've ever seen in a fan base, to literally be rooting against the guy, who's the backup. He done sat down every game and watched Trevor lose him, and you hadn't seen Mac beating the table or coming out doing interviews saying anything that it should be hit. It's not, he done nothing wrong to where people should actually be rooting against him. But that's what we're dealing with. And on this channel, man, I'm not gonna be that guy, man. I'm rooting for you, man. Do your thing, man. Help get me a win, man. I like to see my team win. And I hadn't been seeing a lot of that with Trevor. I've been seeing a lot of fucking losing, a lot of embarrassing stuff. And as a fan, man, I'm tired of that. I need you to come out here and show us some competency. Come out here and show us that somebody can read a defense and take the easy layups and not fumble the ball 100 times and not throw picks over and over and over in crucial times. And you know, I know you didn't have the perfect game last week, but step it up this week, man. Show what you made of, man, as make somebody look smart for even bringing you on the team. So I think I'm gonna leave it there. Like I said, it was a rough week. Didn't get everything done the way I wanted to, but let's just see this game, man, and see what happened and see what comes out of it. And I think I'm gonna end it there and go Jags and Duval.